My roommate survived a fall that should have killed him. Now the house bends whenever he walks. It started after my roommate, Mark, fell from a fourth-story balcony. He should have died, but he landed on his feet. The doctors were baffled. Not a single broken bone. But when he came home, the house felt different. Every time Mark took a step, the floorboards didn't just creak, they groaned like they were supporting a semi-truck. I noticed it first in the kitchen. He stepped on a ceramic tile and it turned to white powder instantly. Mark didn't seem to notice. He just stared at his hands, whispering, "I'm getting heavier." By the second week, Mark stopped sleeping in his bed. He said the mattress felt like it was trying to swallow him. I found him sleeping on the concrete floor of the basement. The terrifying part wasn't his weight. It was his displacement. I'd see him in the living room, but if I blinked, he'd be 3 feet to the left, standing in the exact same pose. There was no movement in between. It was like his body was a physical glitch in the room, a 3D object that wasn't properly anchored to the floor. I woke up last night because the house was tilting. I ran to the basement and saw Mark standing in the center of the room. He wasn't on the floor anymore, he was in it. His feet had sunk 4 inches into the solid concrete, but there were no cracks. The stone had simply moved out of his way, flowing around his ankles like water. He looked at me and his face was terrifyingly smooth, as if his features were being pulled inward toward a central point. "It's pulling me," he said. "The center of the earth is calling its iron back." I tried to grab his hand to pull him out, but my fingers didn't touch skin. They touched nothing. It felt like sticking my hand into a vacuum. I realized Mark wasn't getting heavier. He was becoming a localized black hole. Everything around him, the dust in the air, the light from my flashlight, the sound of my own breathing, was being sucked toward him. He opened his mouth to scream, but the sound didn't travel outward. It imploded. I watched as the basement floor began to spiral toward his feet, the house literally folding in on itself to fill the space where he stood. This morning, the house is level again. Mark is gone. In the center of the basement, there is a hole in the concrete about 2 inches wide. It looks bottomless. I dropped a marble down it 3 hours ago, and I still haven't heard it hit the bottom. The scary part isn't that he's gone, it's that I've started feeling heavy, too. When I walk, the floorboards don't creak anymore. They turn to powder. I looked in the mirror, and for a split second, I wasn't there. I was 3 feet to the left, staring at the empty space where I used to be.